Ah, morning tea. Yeah, I got what I have in here. This is stinging nettle. Stinging nettle and sarsaparilla. You know what? My grandmother used to give us sarsaparilla all the time. Tastes beautiful. Then somehow they took sarsaparilla off the market for some reason. But this is don't matter. That's what I'm drinking this morning. Oh, sorry. You think I'd be ready when I'd be talking to you, but obviously that's not the truth. Oh, the other thing, you see, I have the headscarf this way like this. Here's the thing. Hey, remember, this is the whole Aunt Jemima thing. Blah, 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 blah. But this is why I appreciate Tupac. Now, remember, the only fan. I'm not a. The only fan I am is of Marvin Gaye. Is Marvin Gaye and everybody else. I mean, people. But like Tupac, Prince, I'm an appreciator of those kind of people. You see. But what I appreciate most about Tupac, remember, he uh, he was made on the East Coast, and he made his way to the West Coast. So he had. I know I was bona fides, but I always say bona fides because that's the black way of saying it. So his bona fides was like, woo, right? He's like, for me, he's like the Malcolm X of for that generation of rap reps and that thing. Now remember Malcolm, he had made all his transitions like that, but Tupac, and plus he was an organizer. But the thing about Tupac, when he started doing like this, I said, oh, that's interesting, because he redefined, you see, things, you see, or took it in another. That's the whole thing, and then the whole thing about, dare I say it, never, never ignorant getting goals accomplished. That was his. That an acronym, whatever those letters. It spells out what it spells out, right? And so he redefined it. But the rappers, they whatever, I don't know. Anyway, so every time I do like this in homage of it reminds me of Tupac. Just like a lot of things, you wear like this African gown. Every time I wear this, it reminds me of my fraternity brother who gifted it to me. You see, like that. Okay. Anyway, that's not what we talk about this morning, is it? Went to took the little bit of money I left for this month. I said, look, because the fan broke here. Look, I got it's like 40 degrees centigrade yesterday. Summer is here in the Eastern Cape. Right? I'm not an air conditioned person, but I got to have a fan. Not only just for that fact, but also, excuse me, also because it moves the flies and the mosquitoes around like that. If you're ever stuck in some country that has a lot of mosquitoes, you have a mosquito net, what you do is you also have a fan and make sure that that fan is blowing. And also, now they have plastic things like now. I'm looking at the fan right now. They have plastic things. But if you have a fan that has a metal blade, it cools the air too more. Anyway, so we went to China Mall. The China Mall is right outside of King Williamstown. Uh, anyway, it's outside King Williamstown, and the taxi, the taxi ride is like 15 rand, for one way. So anyway, so we went there because we know the fan. We wanted to check out the thing because they'd never been there. Right as we got in the taxi, there was some sisters, in the some women in the taxi, and she was saying, well, older, I'm a Kulu. I'm a Kulu is like a grandmother, So Makulu was saying, like, because they were right across from where we got the tax, there was another Chinese thing opening up, right? And she said the one that we was going to, they're gonna shut that down and use this one because it's closer to King. But I don't think that's gonna happen. The Chinese don't operate that way because the one we went to has a lot of parking space. Not that we park, we do the pedestrian thing, but. I'm sure they'll keep that one. It was a really big store. Ooh, Chinese project though. But here's the interesting thing about the Chinese when they have these stores. They might have one or two quality things in there. You got to find those things. Otherwise, you'll be doing like the old Chinese thing, whatever. And plus, I guess they cater to whatever the economy of that area is. I don't know. So we was there shopping, right? And I was only went there for the fan as usual, go for one thing, but we found a bunch of things. Like for instance, I need, when we don't really have a proper pot for for boiling eggs, a sauce pot, right? But they got a nice sauce pot here. Woo! I should show it to you, and I have to show you this. What else? Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Don't go no place. Well, don't go no place. Right back. I'm right over here. Hold on. I'm just showing you the saucepan and the other thing that we're doing because this is really. Come here. This is really important. Here we go. Woo. Okay. And yeah, we get another hose pipe, hose pipe for the gardening, another longer hose pipe. Let me put this right here. So this is the saucepan, like that. What's nice about it, though, see they got the holes right there, and they got things. So like say from that, I boil the eggs there. Well, instead of me, they got the 1.5 liters. This thing. So when eggs are done or whatever thing is done, then you can just keep that on there and just because they got the holes there and they got the little thing there and get the thing. That's nice. I like that. So we got that. And what we did get as we walked in the stores, this was this online shopping. I don't know, cool, whatever, for your purposes, right? But for instance, I'm a book. Well, if I order a book online, that's fine. But if I go to a used bookstore or a bookstore, then I'm walking around and a book might speak to me and go like, oh, psh, and buy that book. Now I wouldn't see that really, not in that. Well, you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so we got the saucepan, we got the fan. I would turn around and show you the fan, but I'm not. But more importantly, here's the thing. Now remember, slowly what he did. There was a lot of crime in Block 16 here, but he basically cleaned this area of crime. But that's a few years ago. But people get older, and so now we got the young people again. They don't have jobs and stuff like that. They don't have jobs, and so what they try to do, they sort of gang up together and they become these little petty gangs. They're doing all kinds of things. But we still have our little neighborhood block things. So now what we thought as we was going to the thing, I saw this. I saw whistles, right? They're the plastic whistles, and then for like 3 rand, these are 5 rand a piece, like that. So I got that. I said, oh, what we can do, because the people that go, the crew that deals with the crime in the neighborhood, right? We'll start out with them and give them whistles like that. Okay, great. Then each block, like at the top of the block, middle of the block, and the bottom of the block, we'll give each household a whistle. Now I'll go back and get the cheap whistles too, the cheaper, because we want to see our section. Like say it's that's a block, like we're block 16, so it's like 15, 14. So it's like say block 14 to the end, right, to where DeBrother Dam is. So that block, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, block 18. Yeah, I think it goes to block 9, then to the Todd Road. So then it's like an area there. So that whole area will whistle up, and so we'll start with just those households at the top of the thing, and as we keep on going, then we'll give each household will have a whistle. So if crime is happening, start blowing the whistle, because one thing criminals don't like, they don't want brought to attention. What gives you attention is light, when the light comes, you're scurrying like rats, right? And sound, what you doing? Whatever it is, So that's the latest strategy. We'll see how that works, right? It's going to take a while, okay? Also, they got all kinds of locks, different kinds. When you go to these other stores, they only have 1 or 2 kinds of locks. This looks like a pretty good lock. You have to replace this lock here on the front door because, gosh, I'm sorry. I'll tell you the whole story. Embarrassing. So Scully, he had he lost the key, right? And here's the thing: I'm really good at organizing. I'm organized. I'm really good organizing things. Also organizing people, but that's when I'm stage managing or whatever, directing, whatever I'm doing. Or when I was arts directing, I'm basically the thing is you're managing, you're organizing, right? But so if you tell somebody something, what bothered me about this whole missing the key, I have this whole system. I say, look, when we get a new lock, in every lock, they give you like three keys. Whoa, what is it? One, two, three. These got four keys. Ooh, this must be advanced. Four keys. Well, this usually is three keys. So I say, look, one key is for you, one key is for me, and one key we leave in the house. See, that's simple, right? We tell him that. And they're saying it, but then he would see me. We had several locks had to replace, so he would see me do it. So when he lost his key or whatever it is, I said, and I'm going like, hey, no, I said he replaced this. Oh, he replaced he lost the keys. Then somehow, the point is, we have to cut this lock off and put a new lock on. And so my thing was like, but you see, it's like if I say one thing, but if you see me do something, time and time again, it'll be in your head. This is where you put the keys. So you don't come up, where's my keys? Where's my keys? No, you know where it is. You see. Let me tell you something. If someone that's over, 9 years old, you can't tell them what to do. They got their own notions, right? So even in the house, I sort of like organize the house and then I leave whatever it is. Like, but when with my wife in Gubevu, she organizes that house. I ain't got nothing to say. Well, yeah, boop 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 boop, because, well, like, okay, this is your thing, baby. You do what you need to do. Right? So we got that. We got that. Oh, the Chinese are hilarious. Uh, See, there's the floor. I have footwear that I wear in the house, like slippers, like this, right. Then when I'm walking, when I have it like that. Then when I'm out and about in the world, I have the other footwear that I have that I walk around with. What's it? Uh, Vimeo Bear something that is very expensive. Got from Cape Town, right? So that's my shoes my shoes I wear. But then with all this dirt, with all the soil and with the dealing with the crops like that, I had to get uh, something that I could wear. So if it's muddy, whatever. I'm not talking about boots, right? So I went and everything is croc crazy. People are going croc crazy. So I went and got at this. That had a lot of different variety. These we call them Crocs because that's what they look like. I know Yeezy has this little thing, whatever. In fact, I got the Yeezys that walk here, but it was too. Well, anyway, the Crocs are nice because of the what do you call that? The toe thing, right? But these they call them not Crocs. We call them. It's called Cross. Cross. So these are crosses. The problem with this though, long time ago I read about this. The when you have plastic, you're supposed to wear leather. Use leather anyway. When you have plastic and you put this on your feet, it's supposed to do something, especially your male to your hormones or your whatever we have there. It make you impotent. Let's put it that way. And when these days you can smell the plastic, you can smell this plastic and that whatever. So you got the dirty under there. Anyway, but when you wear those, then I wear socks. These happen to be bamboo socks, old socks. Someone around here, I always put socks on when I'm wearing these things like this. I said, okay. So, in fact, let me change back to my inside shoes. I'm not going back out anytime soon. I did that. Okay. So that's that. I'm going to walk. Let me go back, or the people not listening to me. We have a little garbage pail, if you will, or something like that. And I tell them, and then we put what do you call the plastic bag in there, like that just came from like say China Mall, and they had these bags. This is enough for the bin, called the bin, that the garbage the receptor here, to cover that. But I always would say, look, in here, like we'll get a thing of, like, say, because we make our own steam bread here. So the bread comes in like a little big thing, but it's like bulky. The thing when it's like that. I can't explain what it is. Anyway, so if you throw that in there, it takes up a lot of space. I said, don't do that. Just use that for, and of course we don't use liquid or something like that. So just use that, whatever, and take those things and just flatten them out and hold them on the side. So when we have our garbage day on Thursdays, then you can put everything together. They don't listen to me. It's too complicated for them, I suppose. Anyway, so So that's so that's what we do. Oh, I got this other thing too. I always put in there. This is really nice. It's like a thing with a little spoon, with a little spoon in there. And I've taken that and I put where's it at? I put salt in there, the Himalayan salt, like that. So I'll show it to you. Got it right here. Got it right here. See? And it's got a little spoon in there. So you can, like that. So when I do my avocado, I just take the spoon and sprinkle the Himalayan salt over it to salt my avocado. Oh, and the other thing that we bought, they have a bunch of, the spice. Put your spices in. So we got a bunch of, it's all still wrapped up. But put our spice in. Your cayenne, your spices like turmeric and whatever it is. Like put this back here. So the Chinese have there's all kinds of, I want to get, there's all kinds of stuff that you can get from the Chinese shop, let's put it that way. And it was hilarious. One more thing, it was hilarious leaving it, because we had a lot of stuff at the till. And then there was this, I have to say, this colored woman who was like one of the traffic, she is a traffic cop or something like that. So we in line leaving. See, now when I go, I give, because I have my accent, but I always give slowly the money to deal with the till people, because they might speak the language whatever. So I don't handle money, like that. Even in a taxi, whatever have you. Nah, I give it to her. So of course she thinks that I'm the one that's going to pay, but so Scully was taking the money out to pay. What's a lot? We deal with money. We don't do the card thing. Even though you want to push everybody, the digital, it ain't, well, you see what happens. So she said, pay for this, like her thing, right? This is a typical South African Cape. This is really a Cape Town thing. But she said, I'll pay for this. I said, well, he's the one, whatever. And she said, and she's trying to, and I said, no. Then she pointed out that she's a traffic cop, indicating that she was going to do something about if we have a car or something like that. We're going like, hey, we don't have a car. I can't explain it. You had to be there. It was hilarious. And then she said, my colleagues don't. It was hilarious. Let's put it that way. It was fun. Because when in other words, when they respond to you, then you have a better response. And the Chinese, the head Chinese lady, because they had with the tills manned by, also locals, also and colored people, local thing. She was laughing. Of course, it's funny. Okay, I talked too long. Way too long. Sorry. I got things to do. This is me, T from the Pattersons, taking the train to bed, letting you know what I only suspect.